morning, everyone, and welcome to tonight's show. It is our 50th episode. Can you believe it?
50,
I can't.
Wow.
That is nuts.
Yay!
Yeah, it's been a wild ride, and we thought, Jess and I thought, since it was our 50th episode, we would invite some friends over and just kind of celebrate and hang out and share some of our favorite shows. And we have a blooper, a gag reel to play with too, so y'all can enjoy that.
I
But
mean, anytime I'm on the show, it's pretty much a blooper reel.
Yeah.
You'll,
So we
you'll
do
definitely need to let us know when that happens so that we can tell the difference between the regular show and that.
Oh, y'all, you've been here with us through all of it, so you know. So we've got Enzo Cyril tonight with us. God, I can't say your name. How long have I known you?
A little while.
Hot minute, huh? And we've got Mark Bannon and we've got Christy Campbell. Yay!
Yay!
Super excited to have Christy here.
Yeah.
Others, they're a little stinky, but Christy, yay!
Yes.
You right.
We haven't seen her since the con, so we're excited to see her face again.
Yes.
I've been a busy bee, so yeah, absolutely. I missed you guys.
And we've missed you too. We're glad you're here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are stoked for tonight. We do have some fun stuff to go over, but Jess, do you want to start out with some housekeeping first?
Sure. So, like the usual, if you're hanging out on Facebook right now, give us a really quick like and share, and subscribe to our page if you haven't done that yet. And if you're hanging out on YouTube, make sure to give us that thumbs up, ring the bell, subscribe. And if you're going to listen in later on, make sure you give us a rating on whatever platform that you're using. We would so appreciate that. Also, remember to send in your show ideas or the topics you would love to hear about, or even your personal stories. We would love to hear those. Also, let me see here. What else do we got? I don't think there's a whole lot. We're just going to kind of go over what the show is going to be today. So we are going to talk about the start of the show all the way up to now. We're going to do some bloopers. We're going to do some favorites. We're going to talk about the crap show that was our year, not only on this podcast, but also just being part of Bordertown Paranormal in general and all the craziness that came with the con. And then we're gonna talk about our year in ahead. We're gonna give you some like clue-ins, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the shows that we're gonna bring you. Like our next show in 2 weeks on Wednesday, February 11th. Excuse me. We're gonna talk about the year of 2012.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was a wild one.
It was.
All sorts of fun stuff with that. But yeah, that's what we're going to discuss. So I think before we roll into that, we're going to do our word of the week.
Yep.
Yay.
Which was Pam's this time, but she picked something that I kind of showed her too.
Yeah, Jess actually brought this to my attention. This is one that I had never heard of.
And I hadn't either.
Yeah, it's the phenomenon called mirror men. And what it is, it's also known as the three men or the synchronized men. And they appear as glitches in reality, the uncanny valley of individuality. It's like a 21st century phenomena almost. Mirror men were first documented and named around 2018 by Derek Hayes of Monsters Among Us podcast. He was given a large number of these stories of this phenomena from all over the world. And there's specific characteristics that they seem to have. They seem to stand in a triangle formation and move in perfect unison. There's a lack of verbal contact. And if you look them in the eyes, you're almost certain to experience lost time. They have an NPC aesthetic with average faces appearing to be like background extras that were designed to fill in space in a video game. And they're described as mechanical. It looks almost like a single signal is being sent to three different bodies. So it's not like dancers, that are synced. It's like the muscles firing at the same exact moment. So it's very mechanical looking. And they act like a dupe file in a simulation that's running out of memory, basically. Typical encounters usually happen in liminal spaces, such as parking lots or piers, or in rural areas and forests, things like that. So it's a pretty fascinating thing. And I want to dig some more into this. I know Jess does too. We were talking about it yesterday. I don't
Yeah.
know how much is actually out there on it, but it really brought to mind to me Fae encounters. So I kind of wonder if this is like a 21st century manifestation of some type of Fae. NPC characteristics, that means a non-player character. So it's basically just a background character that's made in a video game. They don't have a talking part. They're not anything special. They're just there to fill up space in the background.
Or if they do have a speaking part, it's the same thing, lines every time.
Yeah,
There's
there you go.
no real interaction.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you for asking that.
The Mirror Man was interesting to me. Just a little like insight into my weirdo life. Whenever something new in like the supernatural, paranormal world or whatever like comes to me, like I find it in my research, it usually shows up in 2 or 3s all on the same day. Kind of lets me know that I'm onto something new that I need to listen to. And this Mirror Man actually popped up on one of my reels. It was some, supernatural channel that loves to do the little shorts on different phenomena. And I thought it was really weird, and I thought maybe it was something that had been made up for the reel. So I went and double checked it and just found scads of stuff on it. And I was like, this is weird that I've never heard of something that's been around this long and seems pretty prevalent. And then later on that day, I was reading my new stack of Christmas books that I got. And in one of them, I was reading, it was about haunted trails and hiking and camping stuff. And I found a story that had basically what are mirror men in it. It was a story about a lady who had, she loved to do like wildlife photography, and she'd bought this huge piece of rural property, and she'd put trail cams out all over the place on it to see where the wildlife were going to be, so she could kind of like set up little trap areas where she could put out food a lot and get wildlife into the area so she could take photos of them. And on one occasion, on one of those trail cameras, she had one picture show up with one man standing in it, like right in front of the camera, just staring the camera, shotgun style, just straight down the barrel. And she thought that was really weird, but, obviously someone had just walked in on the property. But the next night, she got another picture on the same trail cam, only it was the same guy in the same exact clothes, staring straight at the camera like he was. But there was an exact copy of him, like 5 feet behind him, staring at the camera.
Oh, weird.
And it continued on like that night after night, only it started showing up in all the other cameras at the exact same time. Like all the cameras were time-stamped.
That's
And by the end, she said she had like 30 plus cameras on this property. All 30 cameras had a single picture with like 20 of this one guy standing in semicircles staring at the camera on every single photo. And she said she ended up just walking away from the property. She never went back to the trail cameras to get the little cards or even take the cameras off. She just sold the property and walked away. And she said like a month later, the guy who had bought the property from her messaged her and said, "Hey, I found a whole bunch of trail cameras with SD cards. Do you want these?" And she was like, "Absolutely not. You keep them." And he goes, "Well, they're active. I thought it was just really weird because all of the cards are blank."
Weird.
Yeah. So, and I was like, this is something I need to look into. This happens in my life. I'll find something new I've never ever heard of. And then the same day, like 2 or 3 more times, that same topic will pop up for me somehow. So I'm like, oh, okay.
So while we're still on this, hey, Christy, can we get your opinion on these? Have you ever run across something or?
I haven't. My phone is being really weird. So I don't know if you guys can see me slowing up, but I can't see you guys. So I don't know what happened.
We can
but
see you.
You can't? Okay, good. I've never come across anything like that, but it does sound very Fae adjacent. I've heard a lot of stories about people seeing like twins and unique people like on street corners and in like like road like crossings and things like that. I've heard a lot of stories about that. So I've never about that, but it definitely sounds very Fae adjacent or very kind of like perhaps dimensions are bleeding over.
Maybe,
Maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But it just struck me very Faye, like maybe, like they're coming along with the times kind of thing, They're learning how to exist in this world.
Yeah,
You know.
and maybe they're just kind of like, well, if we copy and paste ourselves enough, maybe we'll just get enough energy or something. Maybe it's like if it's like liminal spaces, then maybe it's like a feeding ground, like an energetic feeding ground. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe so.
That's an
I don't
interesting.
know. It's
Interesting
weird. It
idea.
sounds a little like, I hate to say it because I hate using it for, because Rosemary used it for everything, but it sounds kind of gin.
I know.
God.
That's exactly where my mind goes, and I try not to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, they're tricky little buggers, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
Well, we should move on with this partay because we have a lot to do.
Ew.
At the last minute, I was like, man, it would be fun if we had a blooper reel. And then I probably put Pam to work. She went to town, and I'm sure we could have probably done like 3 shows worth of just bloopers because
Oh, Lord.
we're terrible.
We could do 50. Are you kidding? We've had 50 shows. We could definitely.
I've got like 200 and some shows that's just all blooper reels. I was counting them up the other day. It's like, I'm over 200 now. And I'm pretty sure they all suck.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
yours are good.
Oh.
We've got some good ones out there. But I will warn everybody, it's shocking. Pam, disclaimer here. I was having some technical difficulties earlier. So if we do, just deal with it because I have to.
Yeah.
I have managed to unplug my mic the last 2 times I've been on here. So wait for that too. And I'll have to get out and go around and then plug my
Okay, I'm
mic.
stuck in the chat room. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah. If we mess up, we'll just put it on our blooper reel for the 100th.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, absolutely. Oh, what's Chelsea saying here? Chelsea said, from what she remembers, a lot of the Mirrored Men stories from the podcast touch more towards Men in Black type stuff. That's interesting.
It actually makes a little more sense to me that
Does it?
some of the stories you hear about the Men in Black is they do act kind of weird, and if there's more than one, they do kind of move in sync with each other and things like that. So I could see that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I think In's having a party.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
He says, had a tremendous trip to the supermarket earlier and returned with cake.
Oh,
I'm all about that.
Hell yeah.
Yay!
Who doesn't
50th
like cake?
Yeah, 50th episode cake. That's what it is.
Yeah. Ooh. We have a whole lot in the chat room. Chelsea's in, Julie's in. Tony was in, but I think she had to leave.
She had to leave, yeah.
Sadly.
Stacy's there.
Hey, Stacey. Hey, everybody.
I think Jackie's in there. And PK Bugsy. I'm not sure who you are. Is that one of your followers, Enzo? Is she following you? Tell us who you are. We don't know who you are. We want to meet you. Let us know who you are. We're excited you're here.
Yeah, we're incredibly intrusive on new people in our chats.
We are. No pressure.
well, welcome to the show. Who are you?
Mystery
Welcome.
person.
Hey.
Too funny.
No judgment here.
So should we start out? We've got quite a few bloopers to do, and Rick's here too. Hi, Rick. We got quite a shocking number of bloopers actually. We had to kind of pare those down a little. We could have, like Jess said, gone with way more than what we actually pulled. And then we have we went through and chose our favorite episodes that we've done and took clips from those. Enzo and his fangirls. Yay!
Enzo and his groupies. Yeah.
Has been known to happen. So.
So, well, let's start out. So, 2 years ago, we started this adventure. Oh my gosh, it's been an adventure. A lot of our bloopers came from the first few shows. Holy cow, because we were learning as we go, kind of a situation.
Yeah.
You guys are doing fine. You were doing fine when you started.
Oh, I don't know. Because we went back and watched those first ones looking for bloopers, and yeah.
I refuse
There's
to watch
lots.
any of my old shows because no,
Same.
they're really, really bad.
Oh, nice. Nice to be. You have a terrific name.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
The picture is big enough we can now see.
Very nice.
It's
Great investigation.
yeah. She's the one that came to the meeting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. I promise not
Awesome.
to drill you. Who are you?
You have been properly
So-
identified. You may pass.
That's right.
Yeah, you're okay. So we did go clear back to our very first episode to find a bit of a gag reel on this one. And if you haven't seen all of our episodes, because why haven't you? They're fabulous.
Yes.
Exactly. Obviously.
That very first one, we talked a lot about some situations that had occurred in our area that were familiar to us, and one of them happened to be a phenomena called the Nada Deer. It happened just outside of town, and while we were talking about it, I decided that I had helped Mike, which is a team member that had seen it. I helped him make a drawing of it, and then I took that and overlaid it across a picture of the road. And wait till you see my amazing skills here, because they are on.
Yeah.
Full.
It's like watching Unsolved Mysteries. It's scary.
It's
It's scary.
where the actual
How
video is the
realistic
mystery.
It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yes.
hmm
Okay, let's see if I can get it to work here. We're gonna try. You have to tell me if you can hear it. If you can't hear it, tell me.
Yeah, we have other weird things to go.
We got it.
So
Me.
we've got
Oh,
too much
wait.
weird stuff.
So here we go. Let's see it.
Mark,
Whoa. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Are you ready?
do it again. Do it again. Woo.
Wow.
It's like being there.
Isn't
Yes.
that like, y'all, I'm giving you the grace of allowing you to see my incredible editing skills here.
That's great.
That's
Thank
pretty
you.
fantastic.
I feel like it needs
This is,
a
this is
cartoon
already
boing noise. It needs a cartoon boing noise.
There you go.
Are you ready? Okay, I'm gonna hit play. There we go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Either that one.
Here, yeah.
Try it again. Try it again.
Yeah, here Mike is in here too, and he's saying, here's what he's saying. He's amazed at how fast it was. There you go. That's even
Awesome.
better
That's good. That's good.
for it.
Oh my goodness.
I liked that. I love that you did that though, because that gave everyone the comparison of exactly what it would have looked like, because it's kind of weird, this semi-transparent deer running across the road.
It was
Certainly,
strange, but
We poked a little fun at it by adding some sound effects and all, but I thought it was great. I wouldn't downplay that at all.
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Chelsea said, watching this on my tablet gives me Inception vibes. Screen and a screen and a screen.
That's awesome.
You remember those
Also-
infinity candles that were real popular in the 90s, early 90s?
Uh-huh.
And they had all so you can see the infinite flames.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. That's awesome. I like that. Very cool. Well, that's one of that was our very first episode. So, and I'd like to say that my technical skills have improved since then, but can't really say that. I don't think.
I'm learning how to use AI so I don't have to have editing skills or any skill. I mean,
Can't think of that story without hearing the boing boing. Yes, right? That's funny. Oh, Chris, I was confused. I thought Phil had hopped on. That's awesome.
surprise!
That one was from our beloved launch party because
It
Pam
was.
and I were too nervous to hop right in with a topic and just go. So we were like, let's throw a party first so we can ease into this.
Worked out great.
It
It was
did.
a lot of fun. And we had some excellent people that were backing us up. So 2 of them are here
Yes.
tonight. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're at, but
And Phil and Mark had been like on our butts for like a couple of years. Like, you ladies have got to start a podcast. You ladies have got to start a podcast. You ladies have got to start a podcast. And we were
Yeah.
finally marched into it, basically.
I mean, I've been telling you, you guys are better at this than I am. You definitely need to be doing it. So
We need
Aw.
somebody to run it.
I can't do anything without butchering the English language or whatever language I'm trying to speak.
Well, words are hard.
They are hard.
Are hard. They are so hard.
One thing.
Christy, you missed it. For Christmas, we had a Nerd Herd Christmas exchange that we do every year. And
Oh,
Jennifer she drew Mark, and she got Mark a card
Yeah, I got
game.
a game
called
around
Words
here
Are
someplace
Hard.
called Words Are Hard. Yeah,
and what was it?
It's a card game called Words Are Hard.
I had no idea it was a game. It's just something we say because I can't speak.
Oh, I love that.
It's
Oh.
usually running across on a marquee at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. I honestly, I just open my mouth and word salad comes out and it makes no sense.
Love it.
That.
It's like you chop up all the sentences, throw them in a bowl, and shake them, and just throw them in the air. Whatever comes out, comes out.
Croutons. We got bacon bits that are periods. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. Bacon bits. That sounds good.
And we did go through and we chose, like I said, we chose some of our favorite episodes and pulled clips from them. Is there a specific one that you want to start with, Jess?
Just go with whatever you've got lined up.
Okay,
Just
the
make it
first
easy
one
on
that I
yourself.
have, it's from our show called Where We Bury Them.
That was one
And
of
you
my
want to explain what
favorites.
that show was a little bit, Jess? And I'll get it pulled up here.
Yeah, it came from like, it was like the 3rd or 4th show into our very first season, and Pam and I, it was one of our like dream ones that we wanted to do because we both love everything's about cemetery, you know, like How to Read the Stones, different cemeteries. We both love just going to cemeteries and viewing them. And I particularly love the cemeteries where there's some kind of a game you have to play to get the ghost to do something. You know, there's always like you drive into the cemetery and blink your headlights 3 times and then the stones will glow, or, you know, if you touch the statue and like tap it on the shoulder 3 times, it'll cry. But it was a 2-part series, and it was one of my favorite ones to do because we really just got to jump in and tell everything that we knew about cemeteries and share all those fantastic stories.
It was fun. It was a really good time. Yeah.
That was the first time that I met you guys was during a cemetery investigation.
It was. Yeah. We
Yeah.
went to one not too far from here that we trained in a lot. Sure was.
Yeah.
That was with the Tulsa group, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. That was neat.
Mhm.
I have to pull this up before I start this clip. What Ian said. He said, Mark is a disassembled poem brought to life. It's very poetic, Ian.
Yeah.
He's not
kind
wrong.
of his own, Mark is his own haiku.
If by disoriented and well, see, I'm doing it again. So I could run for president. We've had at least one president who spoke like that. So, you know,
Just one? Oh my gosh.
I can qualify if that's
I
the
vote
speaking
for you.
skill level we have to have.
Okay, so a little bit of background on this particular case. We call this one Blue Rayon Socks, and you'll see why when you hear it. This is This is about a cemetery that was where Kaw Lake in Oklahoma now is. There was like 11 cemeteries in the area, and when they made Kaw Lake, they had got with the Corps of Engineer to. Actually, the Corps of Engineer had sourced out other companies to come in and move the bodies and move the cemeteries completely. And that's not what ended up happening. And so we're going to talk about that in our show where we bury them. You'll hear just one of our favorite clips from it here. Corps had actually hired a company called Big Will Inc. out of North Carolina. And they were supposed to come in and relocate Washunga and the other 10 cemeteries over to Ponca City. But apparently what they ended up doing was they just removed and reburied skulls, which that's almost worse than just having left them completely.
Yes.
It was terrible.
Isn't that nice? We didn't want to have to move everything, so we just decapitated your loved one and left the rest of it.
Horrifying.
It's terrible.
And I remember it was probably about a year or two ago, and I was telling Jess, I know this story about blue rayon socks sticking out of a cliff in Kaw Lake, and she's like, "Oh, you're crazy," and I'm like, "No, I've got to find this," and I found it. I found the article, and photos were taken. They were not included, and even if they were, we would not be including them here.
No.
But one of the photos that was taken, it did show blue socks covering foot bones that were protruding from a cliff at Oak Grove. And there was like originally 5 acres for Oak Grove Cemetery, which that area it's now called Coon Creek Cove on Kaw Lake. And they only learned of this erosion because a boater spotted an exposed casket in like 1987. So that was really not that long ago.
Apparently,
Whoops, I didn't get it knocked off fast enough. Sorry.
That's all right.
Nobody saw that, right?
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see.
Oh, what? What? I didn't.
That is so creepy.
Isn't that freaky? And that's just Kaw Lake. That's just a couple hours from us. Like,
Where's that at?
it's over a little bit
It's
north of Enid. Between Enid, it's close to Newkirk, Oklahoma, is where it is.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Ooh,
It's
no.
between Newkirk and Ponca. A
You
little bit
know,
to the east.
Oklahoma likes to do that to their dead. They like to make man-made lakes over top of them. They did that with a place called Pumpkinville near Claremore, and there's a whole little town under Claremore Lake.
Oh man,
At least that's what I was told about by one of the residents there.
I think that happens more than we know about. There was, Copan Lake was built south of Caney in the 70s, and they did move a few cemeteries there too. But hopefully, they actually moved everything. As I've never heard any complaints that they didn't, so that's good.
I'm told
Yeah.
if you've got good sonar, you can actually see what they left the holes open.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
That's
I'm told if you've got good sonar, you can actually see the holes where the graves used to be.
Now in Copan, there is a little cemetery called Busby Cemetery. It's on the west side of town a little bit, and that's where they moved a lot of the graves. And a lot of them, you'll see there's headstones out there, but they just say unknown on them because they either moved the body and the headstone wasn't good enough to read anymore, or for whatever reason they didn't know who the person was. But there's I don't know, 10 or 12 of them out there that just say unknown.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty wild.
That's with that and also with the erosion. Like I was in North Carolina a couple of years ago, and they had a cemetery right near the ocean, and they had Hurricane Francis, and there's just caskets bobbing in the water. We were driving by, and I'm like, "Oh, that's not good. That's no."
So, I need you guys to do me a favor, though. When I die, I need you guys to walk around and discuss whether my hole is deep enough and how strong the casket is, whether I can get out or not.
Oh, honey, we're not putting you in a casket. We're gonna burn you on a pyre.
Yeah. We're going to put you out in the middle of Copan Lake and shoot a flaming arrow at your body.
Oh,
Right.
Oh,
Can
All
we?
the cool
Fine.
people.
Perfect.
Fine.
But,
You know,
Yeah, we'll give you like a
Viking.
Viking helmet and everything. It'll be great.
oh yeah, I mean,
You'll love it. It'll be great. You'll be there
that'd
going.
be great. Yeah.
I'll be doing the interpretation. He said a little to the left, and he doesn't want that much skin showing. It's fine. So
Pretty wild.
Yeah, that's right, Julie. Is Mark holes deep enough? Do you think he can get out?
Sounds wildly naughty.
Would you like the optional string going up to the ringing bell that you
The
can
bell.
Nobody
always
wants me to come back. It'll be
Or a
fine.
telephone. You can ring us. Be
Ooh,
like,
there you go.
hey.
Well, I'll be doing that anyway. I promise to haunt everybody.
Oh, you
well,
think
you know, though, if you haunt me, I can understand you, and I'll be like, "Stop it!" I will actually.
Yeah, we'll call Christy and tell her
Dead
to get
and
on you.
castigated or-
Be like, chill out, Mark.
Okay,
Julie said what we were all thinking.
sorry.
ignored in life and in death. That's awful.
You can visit during business hours, noon to
Story
8
of my
p.m.
life.
That's-
Story of
You're
my-
more than welcome.
Too funny. Sharon's here too. Hi, Sharon. Oh my gosh, that's great. So which way should we go next? Do you want to do another one of our shows, or do you want to do some more bloopers? What do you want to do?
Do another blooper.
Do another blooper. Okay. Bloopers. The bloopers are hilarious. Okay, let me find a good one here. Oh, Ian, we put this one in just for you. Okay.
Oh, he
Talk
knows
amongst
what
yourselves
it is.
while I pull this one up.
He knows what it is.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
He's got his face in his hands going, not that. Please.
He'll be like, which one? Okay, here we go.
He'll be reaching across the ocean and strangling us.
Are we ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do
Yeah.
it.
Vehicle.
Poor Ian, you're catching our southeast Kansas accent here, aren't you? I'm sure we sound hilarious. Yeah, we laugh about the fact that we say the words correctly in our head, but we don't realize how hickified we are until we start talking on a podcast and we hear it come out of our mouth and we're like, ooh, that's cringy. But yeah. So yay.
Yeah, it was our very first vehicle.
That was
That
our very
cringes
first
too.
vehicle.
Take a drink in.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's how I've always pronounced it. I don't know.
Yeah. Vehicle. In fact, if you haven't been in here before, I think Ian kind of made it into a drinking game every time we say vehicle. And I never realized how often we say the word until that happened. Apparently, we say it quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Well, I'm sure he's having a good time tonight.
Is he in his vehicle?
Hickified in his vehicle.
You know, the
Yes.
first time I met you guys, we had a blooper, and I wish I still had it, but we changed technology. But we were over by one of the graves, and I was in charge of doing the EVPs, and I heard myself go, "Poor little feller," and so Doc put that into the blooper reel, and it was just like, "Oh, this is a child, poor little feller," and it was
That's awesome.
I never say feller. I never do. You say fella, but yeah, feller. It's
You
fine.
know how many years it took me to break myself of saying dog
Dog.
instead of dog.
You think of that's my baby dog.
My dog.
That's funny.
Took it down to
You
the
know-
creek, rolled up the window.
I know my mom will never watch this, so I can tell on her. But my mom, if you think, Ian, you should be my mom. If you think I have an accent, you should hear my mother. She doesn't say fish, she says fish. And she doesn't say dish, she says dish. And she doesn't say wash, she says whoosh. And so there for the longest time, we would say you put the fish in the dish and you whoosh it. And one of the kids, you know, and it got to be this thing that you just kind of said, you put the fish in the dish and you whoosh it. And one of the kids happened to say it in front of my mom. And we were all like, ducking out of the way. And she turned around and looked at him. We're like, you're on your own, dude. That's your mistake.
No. Oh, I got the double face palm from my wife over here.
Oh, boy.
Bye.
Sorry, honey.
That's funny. But yeah, no, we do. You don't realize that you have an accent until other people hear you talk that aren't from around here, and then you realize.
So I've been in Oklahoma and Kansas area for 20 years, and when I was back here for a year, and I came home to see my grandmother. She's since passed, and so I was like, "Oh yeah, how y'all doing?" She's like, "How's the what?" I said, "How y'all doing?" She's like, "How are we doing?" "Yeah, how y'all doing?" "Y'all, you sound like a redneck." I'm like, I live in Oklahoma now. It's what we say. The thing.
I mean, we're like a fungus. We grow on you.
That's hilarious. Chelsea said, "Bless my mom. If she ever says the word monster, it comes out Munster. She can't hear herself saying it that way, but I love it. That's awesome."
I say instead of saying clothes, I say clothes, like for clothing, like clothes. Like it's like the th is really pronounced. That's my weird ism, I think.
I have a friend from New York, and I say Massachusetts, and I learned the hard way that's not how it's spelled or pronounced. Apparently, out there, it does not have a T in it. Okay. Goodness. We're not alone though. Sharon jumped in too. My hubby keeps telling me there's no R in wash. Sorry.
Oh.
I do the same thing. I mean, it's a regional thing.
It has.
And I try to not do it, but it just slips out.
You know, when you swear you're not going to be that parent to your kids, and my kids are already like, "Oh God, Mom, just don't talk. Just don't talk."
Yeah. Well, that is my word for all kids.
Exactly.
It's even worse when you have to spend long periods of time with me.
Same. Especially if I get excited and then I lose all decorum, and yeah, it comes out all y'all, and yeah.
The more tired I am, the more I have oh my goodness, can y'all believe it? And I'm like, I don't sound like I'm from Kentucky. Like, I'm not birthing no more babies with Scarlet. Like, I don't sound like that.
Ian said, "I'll have a field day if you guys ever do a British special. You should definitely look into the red-eyed monster of Worcestershire." Worcestershire.
It's Worcester, not Worcestershire, dear.
Oh, whoops. Okay, there you go. I'm sure I just made his evening. So
I'm speaking a British accent. Should we all just kind of do I'll come on and I'll speak British. No insult to anybody who is, because I stuck with it, but it's, yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. So, moving on, let's go on to another one of our favorite episodes, which I can't remember who picked this one. It was on Sierra Sounds with Brian. Our friend Brian Terrell was on with Red Dirt Cryptids, and I was looking through it to find a really good clip, and unfortunately, we kind of did a lot of speaking over Brian in that one, which stinks. But we get a clip of him explaining a little bit about. Do what?
I said bad host. You spank
Right?
your hand.
I know. I just get excited.
I do too. It is what it is.
It is. Okay, so let me share another screen here real quick. I say real quick, huh? Right? Okay, here we go.
Apparently, yeah, there you go. Apparently, these noises that they'd been hearing, that the hunters have been hearing, they've been going on for a while. And eventually, I think that Ron Moorhead ended up going up there to do a little bit of hunting, but to also hear these noises. And eventually, he ended up taking an old school tape recorder up there, and he actually recorded those using a microphone that was, I guess they stuck it through the wall of their their Frady hole, I call it. You know, the fort that they had built, and they ended up recording it, and they interacted with it. And so far to date, it's been able to withstand. It's probably been 50 years now, and it's been able to withstand, you know, all scrutiny, similar to the Patterson-Gimlin film.
All of the
Pretty cool one.
That was a good episode.
That was an excellent episode.
Pardon my screaming cat. I don't know if y'all heard that, but she's yelling. She wanted to cuddle. So my apologies for being her.
No, didn't hear.
Good.
But yeah,
those Sierra sounds.
Yeah, that's right. That was just the Sierra sounds. It wasn't your kitty.
It wasn't my cat.
If you guys don't know what Sierra sounds are, or if you missed that episode, I'd highly encourage you to go back and listen to it. Brian is a font of information. And it's just a really fascinating subject. He's not wrong. It is right up there with Patterson-Gimlin film, which is the infamous Patty, the Bigfoot film that came from, I don't remember what year. Was it 77, 78, somewhere in there?
Good year. See how I was born.
Been a hot minute for sure. But yeah, it's a really, really good one. And I'm glad that you guys picked that one because, yeah, excellent choice.
It is. And we got to play some of the sounds and stuff that were actually recorded from the camp. So
we did.
Yeah, it sounded funky.
It does. And there was linguists that went in and have just picked those tapes over. And they are, I don't think any of them disagreed with the fact that it's some kind of language. And it sounds like there's different vocal cords involved even. And that's one of the theories is that Bigfoot might have more than one set of vocal cords. So I don't know. It's an interesting thought. But yeah, that's a great one. If you guys are interested in that subject at all, I would highly encourage that to be watched. Okay. This one, I'm going to switch to one of our bloopers again.
Yeah.
And I titled this one, Everybody Poops. And again, this Ian's in on this one too. Enzo and Ian are both in on this one.
Yeah. The boys in the chats were being naughty.
They were.
This was during our Mount Shasta episode.
Poop is always funny.
It was, and Ken was in the chat, and he was trying to, be interested. Oh, is this like the equivalent of the Great Pyramid and stuff? And then it kind of devolved.
Lines that we have found. It's kind of a convergence center.
Oh, Ian.
Oh my Lord.
It's Enzo that started it, actually. Well, I don't know. Ian they're both doing it. Ian said Mount Shasta has a secret power plant, and Enzo said that it runs on poop. And then Ian said, poop on the cardboard. We didn't have the power.
Oh, no. Okay, boys. That's enough of the poop jokes.
That's good.
I will turn this podcast around and we will go home. Enough of the poop jokes.
I'm waiting for the flip-flop.
Moving on.
But yeah, I love it.
When one of your main stories about Mount Shasta is robot grandma taking the child into the cave and insisting that it poop on a piece of paper or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And that's when the kid was like, I don't think you're my grandma after all. Wisely.
Yeah.
And then hoofs it out of there. It's like, how can you not kind of poke fun at that?
Something had to have been said because there was more than just those few comments that we popped up on that.
Oh, for sure.
Chat room devolved into nothing but really bad dad poop jokes.
And it continued.
I am so sorry I missed being in the chat for that because I would have made it 1,000 times worse.
Oh, we continued for a few episodes. It wasn't
get in
just
trouble
on that one.
for going down that path, at home.
Too funny.
I'm about to get the double face palm again, I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure.
I deserve it. Probably to my face.
There it is.
Funny. Okay, we're going to move
Oh,
on
you got a
to
mark. Do not start.
That's funny.
I'll be good.
We're going to move on to. I think this was one of Enzo's
got
favorites. Was the Mysterious Sites in America, and
Yeah.
so I pulled something on the Anubis Caves, which are located in the Panhandle of Oklahoma, and they're
Yeah.
pretty fascinating stuff. So let me pull that clip up real quick, and we'll play it.
All of the petroglyph writings inside include Celtic, Egyptian, Anasazi, Numidian, Ogham, Bryson Ogham, Libyan, Scottish Gaelic, and Arabic. All put in at the same time. So
You'll be able to tell too.
yes.
Yeah.
For that amount and widespread amount of languages to be included in one site in the middle of Oklahoma, if it was put in by one person, it's amazing because that means that person would have had to have traveled and studied back more than 3,000 years ago and a lot further back for some of these older languages. In fact, the Bryson Ogham is one of the oldest known writings and alphabets in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either amazing that this one person did it, and it's even more amazing if many, many people were brought in to create this. So either way you cut the pie, it's pretty great.
Is the Bryson Ogham, is that the Cree Ogham language?
It is.
Yeah, because they have like the little staves you can read the Oghams on them. Instead of reading tarot cards, you can read Oghams.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
It's and again, I'm going to say you need to go back and watch this one. This was one of my favorites too. This is a fascinating one. Oh yeah, Ian said the Anubis Caves was a great episode. I'd never heard of that. Not a lot of people have, and that's what is really cool about it. I mean, it's out in the middle of the United States, pretty much in the Panhandle of Oklahoma, and it is on private property, so you can't get back to it without permission. But it's well hidden, and it marks the solstices, and it's just fascinating. There's some
I
really,
remember that. That was a really good one.
I'm finding one of the things I love about doing all this with everybody is I'm always finding something new that I didn't know about or I hadn't heard about.
yeah.
In our general area that we live. It's not like it's, well, back in 3,000 years ago in this far-flung corner of the earth. It's like, this is kind of in our backyard.
Yeah.
Well, it's like when we heard about all the carvings and stuff out in central Kansas. It was like, I had no idea those were there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I still want to try to get Rex Buchanan. That would be cool if we could have him on to talk about petroglyphs. He wrote a book, Petroglyphs of the Smoky Hills, and with a couple of other guys. And it's like a coffee table looking book. It's really nice. It's got gorgeous photographs in it. So fascinating though. And he's not woo woo at all, period. But he's got the best information when it comes on to where these probably came from and how they came to be. He's a geologist, and he's been in the field forever. So he's extremely knowledgeable. We got to go up to Iola. Oh gosh, I don't remember. Was it like back in July, maybe June, July, somewhere in there during summer, and got to listen to him speak at the library up there. And I got my book signed.
Well, it was after the 4th of July for sure, because we had just heard about that stuff that weekend, the 4th of July weekend, and started looking into it. So I'm going to say it was probably August or September.
It may have been, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In
fact,
Chelsea said that she liked the episode where we talked about the caves in the Grand Canyon. that wasn't actually an episode we'd done on the caves of the Grand Canyon. It came up in notebooks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We'd actually talked about it a bit on What If
Fringe.
Tomorrow on the Fringe,
Yeah.
and so it was in my notes, and it popped up once during notebooks, and we discussed it a little bit because it is a really interesting topic, and we are going to talk about when we talk about what's coming up in season 3. Pam and I mentioned back when we did this episode that we're talking about right now that we have every intentions of making like Ancient Americas and Forbidden History kind of an ongoing series. We'll always come back to it, and we'll have another episode of that coming up this year where we'll continue on because there's just so much of it.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to do some on the with you girls on the Fringe this year.
Yes, for sure.
I just keep finding cool stuff.
Ian said Enzo's road trip destination 1. Yay! Yes.
I want to find that mythical lost cave full of gold, and I won't
that
tell
would be
anybody
nice.
about it. But they'll be
I think
signed.
we should send Enzo out as like our feet on the ground whenever we're doing an episode, and he can be like, do you guys remember Uncle Matt from Fraggle Rock?
That would be so cool.
See, I should come
Oh,
with you.
Enzo, you're
Enzo.
so deprived, dude.
I should come with you, Enzo, and be like, okay, the spirits say you're getting warmer. We'll like do like a like communication. Like the spirits say the hill is over here. Dig here. So you could like.
Well,
Which actually, for a lot of these ancient sites that we're talking about, or even during that show that you did on them, is a lot of it it's on private property, so you can't just drive up there and check it out as much as you would like to or want to.
right?
It really makes me wonder how many other places that are just totally hidden we've never even heard about because it's on somebody's back 40 that they may not even know about.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Or tucked in the middle of nowhere, and it's just like, who walks that? Like, nobody walks there. Nobody goes there anymore because it's not a traveled path anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So many lost things.
Oh, there's so many things that's not even close to a road too. You've got to hike into, and I'm not sure about you guys, but I'm getting too old for that.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely out when it comes to hiking.
What?
Yeah.
No.
We should get you one of those wheelchairs that's got the tank treads on it.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't even. Yeah. I'm not.
Pam will sound like a mean mosquito.
Sylvain's
Sylvain!
in. Very cool.
We haven't seen Sylvain in quite a while.
Yeah.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to throw another blooper in. Actually, this one is not a blooper. This one's kind of a gag one. It's pretty fun. Thank you.
Thank
We're
you,
so,
Sylvain.
can you believe it's been 50 episodes already?
Holy cow.
Nutty. Nutty. Okay, let me talk amongst yourselves while I pull the screen up again.
I think one of my favorite episodes that I was on with you guys was when we talked about like the liminal spaces in the forest, like the fairy stair steps and stuff.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A lot of fun.
The stairs that go to nowhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're so fun. Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah.
Don't go up the stairs.
Don't do it.
Yeah, don't go up the
Don't do it.
stairs.
No, do
Take them
not.
with you.
Okay, this one, Enzo, you'll recognize. Do you feel a theme tonight?
I do. I seem to be center of a lot of the gag reels and jokes.
Too funny. This was from our Halloween episode, actually, and it's the best.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, who could that be?
What is that?
Greetings from the depths of time and space. 'Tis I.
Wow.
And
It's
you
our
know-
own time traveling what is his name? I can't
Conquistador.
Oh, Conquistador.
Yes, Enzo
It's
Vasquez
actually a good look for him, by the way.
himself.
Yes. Very snazzy.
Very, very cool. This is too fun.
Let's-
Yes, Enzo wins the prize tonight. He
does.
killed it.
I was told to wear a costume. Apparently, I was the only one that got that memo.
I'm the Cheshire Cat.
You'll notice that I
Now-
didn't say anything where I really should have, is because that fake mustache and goatee thing was constantly falling off. The second I would say anything, you could even see in that where it's drooping off the one side.
That's what I was gonna say. If I wish that we could like show the rest of the show, because that was the comic relief the whole time I was watching.
I'd jump in with something smart to say, and part of my face would just
I'm
fall
pretty
off in the
sure
middle of
that
it.
beard and mustache had legs and was crawling.
Yeah, it seemed to have a mind of its own. It's,
Cookie Sass. I love it.
Yes.
It was the best.
Unfortunately, the other one that I really wanted to find, which I could not figure out where it was actually your rendition, Enzo, of Luel Elizondo. But I couldn't
Oh
find
yes.
it, unfortunately. So
He's done Lou Elizondo several times. I think he's done it on my show.
Ian said Enzo could definitely march through the Grand Canyon and demand excess with that costume. Yes, he could. For sure. Slow descent of the mustache.
hey, how did that happen?
Too funny. Oh, Sylvain said he was very busy at the bakery with the holiday. That makes sense.
Ah.
Yep.
pretty busy.
A lot of sense.
But of course, yeah, as was pointed out, the whole reason I was wearing that is a story I'd never heard before from the ladies here, was about how various parts of northeastern Oklahoma and other areas where there were just these random appearances of conquistadors in full costume looking strangely out of place at cars going by like they'd never seen them before, or just marching along through on horseback and things like that. It's like, what? Because it's not just one story. There's several over decades.
There's a number of them, yeah.
I remember this conversation somewhere, somehow. I don't know, but yes, that I was supposed to come, but I think I was working a party that night, and so I couldn't come. But I did watch the after show.
Cool. Yeah, there's some really wild stuff down around you where Christy's at. So that's kind
Yeah, Tulsa Sun. Yeah.
too funny. Let's see, what do we have coming up next? Oh, this is one of the episodes that I really liked, and it was UFOs and the owl phenomena. I thought that was a fascinating one. Jess had got the book, a couple of books actually, by the author.
Yeah. And sadly, if we ever get a chance to, I would like to do like a second parter to that, because the owl thing is like it's one of my dream topics. I'm really like deep into it. And for some reason, well, I'd had a lot of owl experiences leading up to it, and I think something was messing with me, but my mic kept going out that night. And I didn't actually get to do most of the show.
Yeah.
Because of
right.
it. So I have like a quarter of a notebook full of owl notes that I never got to use.
Well, we can.
We
do
need to
another
put that on our list to redo. Or maybe we could do it over on the Fringe sometime.
Anytime you guys want to talk about whatever, you just let me know.
Because, yeah, you're right, Jess. When I was looking for clips out of it, your voice was cutting out a lot. I had forgotten about that till I went back to watch it. Yeah. That's a bummer. It's an excellent topic. So, yeah, that'd be a great one to put it on the list, Mark.
That would actually be good to go coincide with Steven Spielberg's new Moment of Contact, because if you've seen the preview that they've done for that, basically, if you're into the UFO lore, where you see a bunch of deer like right up against the window and stuff like that, according to UFO lore, aliens basically can disguise themselves. They make you think that they are an owl or a deer or something like that just happens to be like 3 feet tall and like staring in your window, kind of a thing. Which that seems to be the implication from some of the previews of that movie. So I think doing something like that later this summer when that movie comes out might be a good time.
That sounds awesome.
That might be cool.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Ah.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one, too. Okay, let me pull up this screen really quick.
So you're wondering, is the screen memory popping back in? Is it covering something else you're not supposed to be
Oh,
seeing?
I'm sure it is. Especially, when you hear the story of the one lady that was like looking at him and he was like, oh crap, she's looking at me. Owl, owl, I'm an owl, owl,
Mm-hmm.
And then she sees an owl. So they have more
Which
ability than we
that's
do, obviously.
like a two-pronged thing as far as you don't freak out if you see an owl, sitting in the front of the road. You don't want to hit
That's
it.
true.
It's a little thing. If it was a gray or something like that, you may just stomp on the gas and say, "No, I'm going to take my chances. Get out of here."
Blow him over the roof of your car.
Yeah. But or something like, if you see something unusual that you're not used to seeing, it's basically it's either they're making you perceive them as something that you're familiar with, so you can somehow acclimate yourself to whatever this encounter is, or it's just to make you blow it off as something normal and mundane, so you don't think about it. Also true.
Yes.
I agree with myself.
Right? That's okay. I laughed at my own jokes. So,
That's all right, Pam. I'm the only one who laughs at my jokes. Just kidding.
Pam in the chat said that would be interesting. It is. It's a fascinating subject. We are going to have to hit that one again because it is really, really good.
Amazing.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Fun stuff.
There's so many different things that shift into other things. So.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, because there's stories of different, like Enzo was saying, different things that seem to be 3 foot tall or whatever, that seem to have the ability, maybe not to camouflage their self, but to actually manipulate us a little bit to make us believe we're seeing what they want us to see.
Or to give us a false sense of security so that we feel like, oh, well, they're fine. They're not really going to be bothersome. And then it's like, wait, you're looking at me through my window.
Yeah, exactly.
What's going on here?
Mm-hmm. You think about it later and you're like, then you're scared. Didn't scare you at the time, but later on you're like, makes
you
me
start
think
thinking about it.
Yeah, makes me think of Jess's experience seeing that black triangle go overhead. And you weren't scared at the time, and all of a sudden it was like, I gotta go,
It was like an overwhelming feeling just came right over me, and I ran like I was 5.
Like your emotions were on pause for a while it happened, and then it all of a sudden flooded back in.
Yeah.
It trickled in. It was like a blanket got thrown over me. Like I was perfectly fine, and then all of a sudden, just the fear ripped through me. I couldn't get off the phone with Pam fast enough and get my door locked.
She was like, I gotta go. And then she was gone. That was it.
And for being an investigator that says something, we train ourselves to run at. We don't run away. But man, that night I ran.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So far away. Sorry.
Pam in the chat said, when I was in high school, I had an owl land on the hood of my car. I was on a country road and it sat there for 15 minutes before it finally flew off. Now it makes me wonder. You're right.
Right?
Are you sure it was only 15 minutes?
Yeah.
There's a lot of Native American conversations to owls too. My roommate, when she was little, an owl flew through the window, like it was open, not like it flew through the glass, and it just sat on her high chair and looked at her. So a lot of interesting things with different cultures too.
That's wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. Interesting. Okay, let's see. We've got a couple more bloopers. We got 3 more bloopers actually. Let's choose
a blooper.
Let's choose a blooper.
Let's do a blooper. Can't go wrong with those.
Oh,
We're
this
hilarious.
is the blooper to end all bloopers. And just when I say that, you will know the one I am talking about. Pretty sure. Let me find it.
Oh no, I know which one it is.
You do.
This was a rough time.
Yeah. Okay. So do a little bit of the backstory on that one, because this was our harbingers and omens.
Oh, like what we think was happening after the fact. Yeah, we had some stuff going on. I don't want to say personal. Well, it's kind of our personal lives. There was an incident with a friend of Pam's, and we started working on this Harbinger Omen show, and things just started going wrong. I think maybe we shouldn't have done the Harbinger show. Things started going haywire from here on out, and we're pretty sure that the occurrence that I mentioned before in kind of our personal lives and this show starting up was the beginning of the rest of our crappy year where everything went wrong. Yeah. All in our personal lives. Pam had her fall. Yeah. Paracon went wrong. The roof came down. We had all the protesters, and just in all of our personal lives, everything was going very badly.
It wasn't small stuff either. No. If you haven't been here in a while,
this is for you.
Yeah, exactly. If you haven't been here a while, I am sitting in a wheelchair for a reason. I fell at work and not only had a fall, I fractured the biggest bone in my body and broke my kneecap in 2 places, all in one shot. So yeah, I'm still down. That was in September. That was mid-September.
Right before Paracon. Yeah.
Yep. Because yeah, it was 2 weeks before Paracon. They got me out of the hospital the day before Paracon because I was so motivated to be at Paracon. So yeah.
You rocked it too, girl. You did great.
It was crazy, but we did it. We survived it, and we're getting there.
Yeah. But anywho, what Pam is getting ready to play should have been our first clue in that crap was going down.
Definitely.
Hi, guys. Hang on just a second, and we'll get the interest. Wow, we're live. The intro's just sitting here spinning. So it'll kick in right in the middle of us talking, I'm sure.
So
what is it doing? We're going to start over. Wait, we can end the stream. Okay. We are living up to harbingers and omens for sure, because nothing is working all of a sudden.
Oh, no. Oh my gosh.
Oh, no.
What is it doing?
I don't know.
We're live. It says we're streaming.
Oh my Lord. Is it going to kick back on again?
I don't know. Did it kick on at all?
Yeah.
What is happening?
The worst time loop ever.
Right? Look at our eyes going back.
Is it done playing?
Did it play at all?
It played 3 times.
Oh no! I saw nothing. I saw nothing on this end.
Wow. Okay, so for all yos at home, welcome to our nightmare. So apparently, as Pam was saying, this show is living up to its name, Omens and Harbingers. I have no idea if either of us is going to make it through this night alive, but we're going to see what happens.
YouTube is saying the chat is disabled for the stream too.
Oh no.
Jess, why don't you go ahead and First off, welcome everybody. And like Jess said, welcome to our nightmare. We don't know what's happening or why it's happening. But if you could do a little housekeeping, I'm going to jump over to YouTube really quick and see if I can figure out what's happening there.
You look at my
Wow,
face.
what a nightmare.
Y'all, it was never
Insane.
ending. That gives me anxiety just watching it back.
Oh my god. My lights just flicked. No, it's not contagious, is it? Oh my god.
It was terrible. And yeah,
Ian said it's a professional podcast, right?
it totally is. Oh my goodness. I was so glad that we didn't have like a big guest on that night or someone who we'd never had on before.
Could you
They
imagine?
would have ran.
It was insane. That had never happened before. I saw nothing on my end at all.
Yeah.
I just saw it was just
So
buffering.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Pam controls all of it. She's the one that's like kind of steering this.
Oh,
She is in control for sure. That
I had no way to
Oh my gosh! But our eyes. Every time we came back, we looked like deer in headlights. Both of us were like, "Oh God, what's happening?"
it was literally just doing it on its own. Like there wasn't any stopping it. Like once it's playing, you can't stop it, and it just snowballed. And we were like, "What is going on?" And
I remember afterwards, we were talking to Enzo, and Enzo said he thought it was a joke, that we were playing along with Harbingers and Omens. We were just being funny. No, that
what
was
it seemed like. It's like, hey, they're really playing into the pit.
That's wild.
The acting, the look of horror on their face every time they came back, it was fantastic.
especially
Yes,
Mrs.
you
Boyce.
can say that.
Yeah.
Lord,
I didn't know if it was just going to keep doing it. Like if we were going to just have to stop it all for the night and just let it go.
It was insane.
That's why we had that look on our face the last time it did it, because we were waiting to see if it was going to play it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then to find out that the chat was it was disabled on YouTube. I'm like, what is happening?
I literally spent like the next 10 minutes. I did like my usual openers and my housekeeping, and then I started discussing a little bit what we were going to talk about, because Pam was desperately trying to get into YouTube and get the chat room to pop back in again.
It was
So
it was just like, there was, we had something in the machines that night that was just wreaking havoc left and right.
I feel that's important to kind of bring up is today, looking back at it and the things that have happened since and after that, do you think you were dealing with something out of the ordinary there, or is just something strange was going on?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
It's something incredibly private. We will tell you guys about it backstage. It's not something that we can announce on screen.
Right.
We're still investigating it at this point. We're still trying to figure it out.
But I think some forces beyond us got poked.
Yeah.
And we were getting poked back.
Yeah.
The bear. Yeah.
Yes. The bear attacked. So
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah. I think that was the beginning of our end.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were so glad to survive that night. And we've made it through it. We made it through 2025. So we're thrilled with that. And
yes.
Yeah. It's not gonna knock us out, definitely, by any means. But
I have a feeling that, and this is probably absolutely ridiculous and you'll all probably laugh at me, but in my life, water, for me, the water sign and all, and it has always been a cleanser for me. I use it to cleanse and stuff. And I think when the water dumped on us at the con, it kind of ended all of it. Everything kind of just went away after that.
Yeah.
That's
so
purified.
So that's another thing that we can thank the protesters for then.
Yeah.
They didn't cause it, obviously, but why not? Why not?
I think their negativity had something helped. Whatever this negativity was.
Well,
Then
when
I'll
you
come
give
after
positive
us.
thoughts, you get positive results. When you give negative thoughts, you get negative results.
Yeah.
The important thing to know, though, is that we did have a lot of fun there. We all had a decent, a really good time. I had a great time, and
I think
talking to
everybody
people.
had fun. I made new friends, and that's that's the whole point
That's right.
of the podcast and the Paracon and stuff is to meet new people.
Yeah.
Sylvain said came back more strong than ever. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Speaking
Aw,
of
Chelsea says she regrets dressing as Mothman
You
that
should
day.
not. You
Why?
That was the best part of it. What are you
Everybody
talking
loved
about?
it. I loved it.
please do it again next year. It was awesome.
Yeah.
It's the best costume ever.
I have some friends that do a show in West Virginia where they actually study Mothman and all that. I shared the picture of you and they thought it was fantastic. They loved it.
Yay.
Oh, so you're famous.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very
You've made the rounds around the internet.
Wow.
in a good way.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, we have a lot of things to thank protesters for, actually, and I'd like to take this moment to thank them for pissing me off enough to make me get our nonprofit status done. I did. That's
Yes.
I spent the 9 days I was in the hospital with a broken leg, writing our articles of incorporation and getting all of it done and
Keeping the
file.
text going.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything's going.
I went in to visit her a few times to keep her from going out of her skull, and she was just keyboard warrioring it. She was like, she's like, now they're going to get it. I would update her, and she would get madder and just. Yeah.
Clickety, 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 click.
Yep.
Don't make me angry. I get productive when I'm angry.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I know. I take it with Jess and be like, "How's Pam? She's busy." I'm like, okay, she's being productive. I love it.
I was, and it was funny because, they had me in swing bed unit, I think like 3 days in, and I was there for 9 days. So that the rest of that, and they didn't move me rooms. They just what's the word?
Reconfigured.
Yeah, maybe reconfigured what my particular room was. And they would come in and check on me because you don't need as much care at that point, that you're just not well enough to go home yet. They would come in and check on me and be like, "Hey, are you doing okay? You got your button? If you need us, holler." They would leave me alone until I buzzed them for something. I didn't see them. It was fantastic. I got all kinds of stuff done. So I was looking at our stuff today and the government and bylaws and policies and stuff. I think there's like 75 different sections of it. And I couldn't tell you how many pages and all of that. But yeah, all handwritten.
Go, Pam.
Woohoo.
Yeah. I can put next time that my face is circle that it be in blue marker. I look better in blue. Just putting it out there.
Not a bad idea.
I feel overall that just shows the tenacity, especially of you two, where anybody else would have been like, "Oh no, everything's going wrong and we're just doomed and we're going to get clobbered." And both of you just stood up to it and it's like, "Fine, you give me lemons, we're making lemonade." All out. And we enjoyed that sweet lemonade there at the Paraca. So,
Yeah, they're both very, very amazing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
couldn't
we try.
believe what they get done.
Yeah.
Try. Yeah. And Paracon's going to be amazing this year. And just for all y'all listening knows, we've moved it to August 8th this year.
Yes.
It's a Saturday. So mark your calendars. It's going to be fantastic and extraordinarily hot outside, but we'll be so cool inside in the air conditioning. So anyone who wants to hang out outside across the road can just sweat it out.
Yeah.
I've got like burn, baby, burn. Just go burn. Oh, you're so fucking Paracon.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Our weekend was starting to get pretty crowded.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
think
we
you're-
had a record number come through the doors last year, which was amazing. So thank you again for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They accused us of that we were going to burn in hell, but this year they can join us.
Yeah.
In the heat.
now,
Yes.
be nice.
I am being nice. I could be doing much worse things.
Oh yeah.
It
Anywho, we should move on. We should move on.
We should, for sure. Okay, let me mark that one off. I got my little list going here. Let's move back to another one of our episodes that we had. This one, it may have been Enzo's, possibly. This was Debbie Ziegelmeyer's episode. She's the Missouri MUFON director, and she came on. I had hung out with her the last 3 years at Arkansas Paranormal Expo, and was like, "Hey, do you want to come on the show with us?" She was like, "Absolutely," because she knew some of our stories from the area. So she jumped on, and we had the best time. She's got the best stories, and this particular one that I pulled, it's interesting because Debbie's discussing a case they had where something was showing up, and I believe it was this lady's back pasture, possibly. I can't remember exactly, but Debbie was standing there and saw almost a mirage effect in the air, and so I believe it was nighttime though, and so she sticks her arm in it. So we're going to hear her talk about what happened when she did that, and yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
I think this thing is like the waves that we can see at our camera are moving closer. I'm gonna go see if I feel anything. Oh yeah, real smart of me. I go over there, and if they've got the video of it, I go over there and I put my arm straight out, and I'm like, ow, I can feel tingly. And they start screaming. They go, your arm disappeared. I go, what? And they go, we can't see your arm. Now I could see my arm. I don't know if maybe the front of my face, because they can only see the back of my head. Maybe my face was in this field too, and my arm, but my arm disappeared from like my elbow to my fingertips. And they're going, we want to take more video and keep your arm there. I said, it's starting to hurt. It was kind of like pins and needles, like you can, and then getting stronger and stronger, kind of like when you go outside, you get really, really cold and your hands start to thaw, like, ow. And I'll go, wait a minute. And so I just took my arm out, and they're going like, oh, that was incredible. So Margie goes over and she puts her hand in. When she takes her fingers out, they kind of elongate.
Right.
Wow.
So I don't even know what that was, but
How cool is that?
Debbie is awesome.
She
is not only funny and entertaining, but she has some fantastic stories. Pam and I are planning on maybe getting a crop circle episode in this year, and I'm kind of hoping we can get Debbie in on that.
That would be cool. That would be really cool.
That's amazing.
That's actually one of the things I've learned from you two since you started the show. I had no idea there were crop circles outside of the UK that actually were and are still going today. I had no clue until you two started talking about it.
Yeah. In fact, we went up to Ray County Museum. It was with my Amok group. Jess and I went up there, and we were going through this little area outside of Kansas City. And we're like, man, the name of this place sounds familiar. Now I can't remember what it is. It's the same name as a town in Texas. But Jess was like, I know what it was. It's where a crop circle is. And so we were just thrilled. But it kind of gave us the ability to look at the terrain and see how interesting it was that there was a crop circle that came up, because there were a lot of fields that had soybean and things in them, but they were terraced. So it was really interesting to see that could have happened in a place like that. But yeah, it was really cool stuff.
Wow.
Really cool stuff. Okay, let me see. What else do we have here?
You saw me in that clip with Debbie where she was talking about sticking her hands into this transit zone of strangeness. Hey, it kind of hurts. I was like, yes. There's been a lot of stories of people that encounter these strange dimensional portal, whatever you want to call it, these area effect, where they've come up with some severe radiation poisoning type symptoms afterwards. That's actually what you saw me in the clip where I pulled out this little white device I'm holding up, which was a Geiger counter. That's if you're going to get that deep into the weird, have Geiger
be
counter.
prepared.
Yeah.
Odessa.
Odessa.
Odessa,
Yes.
Missouri.
Yeah. Thank you. That would have drove me nuts. I was thinking Plano. I was like, that's not it. Awesome. Very cool. Okay, we're getting kind of short on time, and I want to get these other things in real quick. So we're going to go to another blooper. This one, let's see, what is this one? Oh, Enzo, you're in this one too.
Huh. I think
This
Enzo's
isn't
our
Noticing
comic
a
book
theme
guy.
with all these highlights that
This isn't a blooper, actually. This one is more of a gag reel. It's hilarious. So we definitely wanted to show this one.
Yeah.
I got it. This page is on Black-Eyed Kids.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yes. This one in particular is about black-eyed adults and the Men in Black connection to them.
Oh, nice.
Are they grays in people suits?
Where's your flashy thing?
And I have a list of attributes. Black eyes or missing eyes. Usually children come in pairs, speak like adults, make odd references like I don't have a gun, usually ask permission for entry, always disappear, make people sick, and sometimes speak telepathically.
Oh, Enzo. He's like the kid in the back of the classroom that
Jess is being all serious, and I'm over here like, look at Enzo.
I didn't even see it until like I watched it back like way later on. Like once in a while, I'll throw on one of our podcasts.
Always have to be the center of attention.
Too funny.
Yeah. Once in a while, I'll throw on one of our old podcasts and just kind of listen to it in the background. It helps me kind of remember some of the stuff that we talked about, like doing later, or I'll catch like when our first year, Pam we would all introduce ourselves and then go on, and it wasn't coming off quite right. So on our second year, I was like, let's change that up, and you just introduce everybody, stuff like that. I listened to it, and I didn't see that until like a year later when it came up on my my reel to watch it, and I was like, that booger. And he's disappeared now into that restaurant that he hangs out at so much. Why do you hang out at that restaurant so much? It's crazy.
Really good wings.
Oh.
Interesting.
I figured it was the bourbon.
Well,
he always clears the place out too. He's there for a while. That's and then they all just kind of leave.
Yeah. I'm their best customer. I never leave.
Okay, I don't want to end our portion of the stories and things tonight. Scary. So I'm going to do this one next, and then we're going to do the last gag reel before we switch into the notebook game. But this one was one of Jess's favorites, and it was the Don't Look Out the Window episode. It was our Halloween episode, not last year, but the year before. And there was one story in particular that gave me the creeps. They all were creepy for sure. And we were definitely afterwards, we were skeeved out. But this particular one got me. So I left the whole clip in. It's almost 4 minutes long. Absolutely worth it. So let's go ahead and we'll pull that up. And it's called The Whispering Man is what the name that I gave it. I don't remember if there was an actual name to the story or not, but yeah.
One was just outside my window. My curtains were closed, but I could hear someone shouting, "Hello." I froze for a moment, listening to the sound of what sounded like a man, maybe. I quickly turned off my lights and got down behind the window. I was terrified. What kind of a person would be out this late, and why was he shouting at me through my window? I decided to take a look. I slowly crept my head up, as slow as I could, and drew back the curtain only about an inch. This man was about 6 feet tall. I could just see the outline of him, but he looked well put together. His hair was shining in the light of the street lamp. It was sleek and shiny, almost greasy looking. His face wasn't well lit, but his smile was abnormally long, and his teeth were too white. They looked fake, like he'd gotten a bad veneer job or something. He was wearing a dark suit. He kept shouting "hello" over and over and over again, each time with a 5-second pause. but every word sounded exactly the same, like he was on repeat. So it was basically as if someone was just replaying the same hello over and over and over again. But the worst part was he was waving directly at me. With every hello, he waved. His hands were too large for his long, skinny arms. He looked odd. He had an unproportionate body, and I was terrified. As fast as I could, I jumped to my bed and grabbed my phone. I started to unlock it and dial 911, but I realized it had gotten quiet. I could no longer hear the strange hello. I ran to the window, and he was gone. That's when I could hear loud thumping, and suddenly there was running up my stairs. The most unhuman sounded running. I could hear my cat hissing and growling at whatever was out there. Then I heard the sound of cracking bones and yowling from my cat. I shouted to the man, "Please stop," while pushing my face against my door with tears running down my face. The quietest of whispers spoke back to me after about 30 seconds. "Hello," through my bedroom door. Even though he was on the other, I could picture his awful smile with his face pushed up against mine with only that inch-thick door stopping us from meeting face to face. I started breathing heavily and asked him why. I could hear his breath against the door. He started banging his fist against the door, screaming, "Hello, hello, hello." I ran back to the window and went into the fetal position, covering my ears. I was rocking back and forth what felt like an eternity. I was so panicked and scared that I didn't realize it was again quiet. I stayed there until I could see the morning light, just to make sure he had actually left and wasn't sitting there waiting for me the whole night. I got up slowly, went to my bedroom door to listen for any sound or movement. I couldn't hear anything, so I opened up the door slowly. Max, my cat, was sitting there, licking his paw, waiting for me. He got up and rubbed his side against me so calmly. I just cried and picked him up. I still don't know exactly why all this happened to me or why. I know it couldn't have been a dream. I know it was real. I know this really did happen. I haven't told anyone this in fear of getting sent away. And
Good. Free game.
Nope. I am like, nope. Ugh.
Yeah.
She was out.
That show was one of my
Goodbye.
favorites. Yeah, because Pam and I did scare the crap out of ourselves researching that, because that whole show was nothing but stories. We competed to see who could find the best stories, and I scared the crap out of myself. I was researching late into the night, and then pretty soon I realized I'm a little too close to my window. I think it's time for bed.
Oh no!
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it
Hello.
was a good episode.
Ugh.
It's like a extraterrestrial game caller.
Right.
Something.
Ugh.
My cat can say hello, so I'm going to be thinking about that tonight. If she goes hello and she'd say hello and mama in her cat language. So she'll be like, meow. I'll be like, oh god, it's the man at the window.
Terrifying. God, stuff like that just But that was a good show, but it was creepy. That's one of those I don't think I've gone back and watched that one in its entirety because it was so creepy. So,
There were some scary stories in there.
There definitely was.
Yeah.
Okay, we have one more blooper. Let's see what we have left. Oh, this one is fun. Okay, let me pull it up. This is actually another one of our friends. She is involved in this one. Her name's Shaw. She does Amok Paranormal podcast with me. And she was on during one of our Halloween shows. And she's a hoot and a half. So, pull it up here.
Yeah. Girlfriend loves to play with filters while she's
write
on.
that down, Ian. So,
She does.
oh, this was the action.
Yeah, this was this one.
I'm just a nerd.
What?
Oh.
Someone else?
Someone else.
Who could it be? It's Shaw.
Me.
Oh, hey, Mario.
fantastic.
Yeah. She's the hostess with the mostest.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if you want to see some more of that, check out all the shows where she's guested on. She just sits there and plays with the filters. I believe this Christmas episode that we just had, she was playing with some kind of a Santa hat that would sit on her head, but it kept going. She had like this little bear beside her, and it kept hopping onto the little bear, and the little bear was wearing it, and she would just get so excited. Look, my bear is wearing my hat. Shaw is easily amused. It's pretty cute.
She is. She had some really good filters that she was using that night too. There was all kinds of stuff popping up.
Yeah.
So
There was.
pretty fun episode, but we love Shaw, so we had to throw her in there. And I actually named that one The Ghostess with the Mostest. It's Shario. To me, Shario.
Funny.
So yeah. That's all I got on that stuff. So I thought
All
they were
right.
great way
Yeah,
to do
so
the 50th episode.
yay, 50th episode. So we've had so much fun, so many. I actually looked back at some of our past topics, and I can't believe how much we've done so far.
I know.
It doesn't seem like it when I just kind of think about it, but if I go back and look at the listing, it's insane because we've done cursed objects and where we bury them and UFOs across Kansas and the 37th parallel. We've done pet specters, black-eyed kids, men in black, time anomalies. We've had lots of hosts on. We've had lots of guests on, Robert Prevost and Brian Terrell, of course. We've had Jeff Provine on and Ken Rohrmuller. We had Penn Paranormal on.
Yeah.
And the list just keeps going. We've done NPCs and simulation theory, glitches in the Matrix, UFOs and owls, Mount Shasta, The Agony That Remains with Jason Roberts on, which is another one where we think things were kind of going haywire.
Yeah.
The Final Destination episode, which everybody seemed to love. My gosh. Yeah, we've had Pat Fitzhugh on. He's the expert on the Bell Witch, the Hat Man, Randonautica, near-death experiences, the Harbingers and Omens. We've done the Mysterious Sights, the Sierra Sounds, the Dark Watchers and the Night Marchers, Strange Michigan with Big Willie, Doppelgangers, and Debbie Ziegelmeyer was on, Mandela, and there's even more than that I didn't list, so holy cow.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
And we have more fun stuff coming up in the future too. So
We do.
You would think when we first started this, hopefully we won't run out of topics, and we don't. It seems like every show we come up with like 3 more ideas for new stuff. So we're going to be around for a while.
Yeah,
Good.
right now, Pam and I spent a day a few weeks ago just getting season 3 kind of in line somewhat. And after we pulled all the topics we kind of wanted to aim for, I still have 4 full notebook pages full of topics, single spaced.
Yep.
So we're gonna be
Good.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even.
So-
that's just what we have now. That's not including every idea we're going to come up with in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. So do we want to talk about what's coming up in season 3?
Sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So I mentioned earlier in the show, our next show in 2 weeks is going to be on the enigma that is 2012. Holy cow. Oh, thank you, Julie. She says, here's to the next 500. Woo! I can't even imagine that. 2 weeks after that, we're bringing Enzo on, and maybe Mark would like to join us, but we're going to talk about the Rendlesham incident
Yes.
and all of
that's a
the
good one.
high strangeness that surrounds that area. That one's going to be fun.
Yep.
We're
There's a few
also-
deep rabbit holes with that one.
Yeah. We don't have anything completely set up after that because Pam and I are excited to say that we are attempting to actually get some bigger names in to have come on as guests. We're not going to announce any of that yet because we don't want to
Knocking on wood.
we don't want to jinx it. Yeah. But topic-wise, we're looking at maybe doing some disappearing or missing towns across the world that have just shown up missing or gone off the map. We want to do one on alien spheres. A lot of people have heard of the Bet sphere, but here lately, in just the last 5 years, we've had more spheres pop up across the world, and we kind of like to talk about those. We're looking at maybe doing a show on the enigma of the boogeyman. So every little small town has a boogeyman just outside. We've got the Cat Man. Hutchison has the Hamburger Man. There's a town in Texas that we had been looking into that has Flogging Molly. She will actually attack children if they're out of their home at night. Yeah, so a boogeyman type of episode. We're also, of course, going to do another Mysterious Sites of the Ancients in America, another section to that. We're kind of looking at maybe a Brown Mountain episode.
Yeah.
That'd be maybe one on Tricksters and the Fae. We're also looking at one at maybe liminal spaces, ley lines, ghost photography. That we thought that would be a fun one when we do one on famous ghost photography over the years. Crop circles, back rooms, perhaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's interesting.
And some other ones. We talked about maybe Mammoth Cave, Kelly Hopkinsville type of situation. Maybe one on John Keel.
Yes.
And a handful of other ones that maybe we'll see if we can get the right guest on. But that's kind of what we're looking at in the future. But if you have a favorite topic at home that you would like to hear about, send it in to us or leave it in the chats, and we'll totally look into that too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Ian said translate Rendell Sham into medieval French, and it becomes make the sham. Makes you think.
Interesting.
That is.
Ooh, conspiracy theories abound.
Ian, you'll have to come up with some great words for us to pronounce terribly.
To mispronounce?
Yeah. So that's kind of like the year ahead. We're really excited about it. Pam and I want to kind of stretch our wings a little bit and maybe get in some different guests, maybe some authors and stuff. It looks like it's going to be really great. As we get those lined up, of course, we'll release, those as they kind of get lined up in front of us. And hopefully there'll be some really cool, interesting guests in if we can get the ball rolling on it. We'll see.
And we did.
No promises.
We did start out the season. Our last show was with an actual true crime. It was the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders, and it does have a twist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was different for us. It was very well received. It was hard on us to do, though. That's a tough one.
It was a tough one, and that one came with. If you go back and watch the episode, we talk about it in there. It came with a lot of red flags and careful where you steps, kind of situations. So if you're interested in that, go back and watch it. I thought it was a very good one, but Pam's right. It was a very hard one for us to do. We had to tread carefully because there's still a lot of families around of the girls who were killed. So we always want to step carefully and be respectful.
Yeah.
Right.
Julie said, question, how does a town pop up and disappear? That's a very good question.
It is one we will answer. Well, we won't answer it because we don't know how it happens, but we're going to give you lots of examples of when it did.
Examples and maybe theories.
Yeah. But anywho, before we move on from any of that, one of the reasons why I wanted to invite our favorite psychic medium on is because I thought it would be fun if maybe she might have an inkling to give us a little, a little idea maybe how our year might go. She's really great at forward-looking horoscope type of stuff, so I thought she might give us a little if it moves her to do so.
A little intuitive outlook kind of stuff going on there.
Yeah, would you mind?
I'd love to.
We're
No, we want
barely a month in on 2026, so what do you see happening the rest of the year?
So we're in the year of the fire horse right now with the Chinese astrology, and so this is a year of cutting away all of the old stuff and bringing in kind of a purifying aspect. In January right now, where we're almost out. So January is a month of, it's kind of its own liminal space, because December was kind of this closing out of the past year. February hasn't gotten here yet. And so really, in ancient times, January was more of a liminal space and not really a place for utilizing it as like people use it for resolution, and like all that stuff. They're like, I'm gonna be skinnier. I'm gonna not eat so many carbs. This is the worst time in the world to do that, because it's not a time for motivation and movement. It's actually a time for shifting gears. A lot of people get sick around this time. There's a lot of endings and things like that around this time, because it's a in-between time period. So going forward, there's a lot of forward movement in regards to people's ideology about the world, about politics, and about the leadership of said politics. There's a lot of movement towards people that don't have jobs, and they don't know why they don't have jobs. I've got a ton of clients who are trying to find, last year was easier. What's that? Oh, I thought I heard something in the background.
Nobody said anything.
I heard it was me. It was me talking back to myself. There's a lot of people who don't have jobs, and it's like, but last year I had a job, and this year I don't have a job. There's a lot of changes in expectations. There's a lot of burnout. There's a lot of nervous system stuff, which I'm excited to talk to you guys about. One of my projects I'm working on eventually. But I think that this year's going to be big on turning more into community-based connections, keeping it in the town or your neighborhood, and not so much a lot of big aspect, movements toward things like that. There's a lot of closing in for protection. There is some illnesses out there that are kind of floating around that are just kind of poking at people. I know that my goal was to regulate my nervous system in January, and I had the flu for 11 days. So my body was like, surprise! So, that was not fun. There's a lot of new kind of cryptids that are going to be discovered this year, because people are going to be like, well, I'm going to stay in my own back 40. I'm going to walk around and see what's around here and be like, oh, there's something back here. Hello. There's a lot more communication from other planets coming forward as well. There's this universal guidance from other planets that are wanting to be helpful to us, that are going to be brought about in some sort of strange way towards the end of the year. It's going to be a very odd year and kind of a quiet year for many, many people, because it's about figuring out what you deserve. It's about figuring out what drives you. It's about creative passion projects and people. And it's not so much about money, and that drives everybody, of course, but it's more so about connection this year. It's a big year for connection, and it's a big year for understanding each other. And there's going to be a lot of shifting if people don't get on that boat, because there's a lot of fear right now around a lot of things, and so people can either choose to live in fear, or they can do something about it and reach out to their neighbor or their friend, or have a plan, or I do feel like that the one thing that I don't fearmonger. I never choose to do so, but I will say, and this is kind of like the prepper what if tomorrow stuff, at least have like 48 hours worth of food in your house at all times just because of the weather and everything else. We're going to have a lot of really weird geomagnetic storms this year, a lot of electrical things, a lot of weather anomalies. So just be prepared. That's my little blip.
That's always good advice.
Yeah.
Yep,
for sure.
very good advice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. That's awesome.
Yay!
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Speaking of being prepared, we're supposed to have another big cold snap in mid-February. So
Heard that.
It's-
Yeah.
It's
get your
not
shopping done now.
This weekend.
it's not gonna come when you think it is. That's gonna come towards the end of February. It's gonna be like 80 degrees, 60 degrees, 50 degrees, 40 degrees, 70 degrees, 18 degrees. It's
Nice.
welcome to Oklahoma, Kansas. It's gonna be just like, you know how Kansas and Oklahoma, Mother Nature doesn't really follow any of the rules.
Yeah.
So
It is,
Never.
So
That is her
speaking
rule.
of,
They don't follow the rules. They're
speaking of the future,
Yeah.
I went ahead and looked because I don't know if you all have been following along with what's going on right now, but we're supposed to have a podcast on August 12th, and I don't think we're going to be able to because we're going to lose gravity that day.
I heard
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
I saw that. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Heard this.
yeah, from Project
It's
Anchor.
my,
Haven't
it's
you
my
heard of
one
Project
chance
Anchor?
to have actual weight loss. Don't
Right?
ruin it for me.
Stand
Yeah,
by.
so there's a conspiracy theory that's been going around for a little while now that NASA has known for years, they've got like all this paperwork on it and stuff, that there is going to be some shifting and some things happening, and we are going to lose gravity on Earth for 7 seconds at 10 o'clock in the morning, they're estimating, on August 12th. And of course that's going to, you know, like tons of people are going to die, houses are going to come off of their foundations. In 7 seconds, you know how far you could float away? You know, even people in their home are going to float up to the you know, ceiling and then suddenly drop, you know.
This is
10
like
feet.
opposite of Dungeon Crawler Carl,
Yeah.
basically.
I love that series, by the way.
Oh, it's so good. If you guys, if you haven't read Dungeon Crawler Carl, it's Matt Dinneman. So good. I think he's up. How many books is he at now? 5 or 8? I can't remember.
There's a bunch of them.
Yes.
I think there's a new one that I haven't read yet. I've got to get to, but
And Jim Butcher's 12 Months just dropped. What day was it? Was it Monday? Friday? No, Wednesday. Last Wednesday.
I'm so proud of Pam for getting into lit RGP.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's good. Good stuff. March
Get all your
15th,
reading.
do it.
Get all your reading in before the August 12th, because
And
thankfully,
stay
it'll be
inside
right after the
school, not
Paracon,
put that on the
so.
ceiling and not.
You know, I'm big enough.
That's right.
I might produce my own gravity, so it'll be fine.
That's right. We'll all be drawing a mark.
Would you like
Oh God.
a little personal blurbs about your futures? Little quick.
Sure.
Oh, wow.
All
Yeah.
right. Pam is going to be busy creating. That's all I'm going to
Shocker.
say.
Yay.
And you're also going to be getting healthier and happier and stronger, and you may be getting a new cat around April. So FYI, just in case.
Oh,
Aw.
Somebody alert the cat distribution system.
Oh no.
It's kind of a cream color, and it's very fluffy, and it's a female. So
Aw.
Jess, you're kind of uncombobulating yourself because you're doing a lot of creative projects as well, but this year it's more about transporting that into more of a mobile aspect. Like maybe you're going to be doing a lot more shows, or you're going to be doing a lot more whatever, you know, like having a stable place for that. But also be really careful with your mid and lower back, because it feels like you may have some back issues this year that it can be avoided with, you know, extra care. Also, I keep seeing travel around August, like early August, maybe towards like the West Coast, like New Mexico or Taos, Arizona.
it's that anti-gravity thing. You're going to be floating. Yeah.
Float away.
Make sure you're back by Paracon. You'll be good to go. No, Mark, I feel like that you're handling a lot of things with your career right now, and you're trying to establish, your happiness and your connection with everything, especially with communication, with asking for what you want. It's really important for you right now in regards to your life, taking care of your body, drinking enough water, also sleep, making sure you get plenty of sleep. I keep seeing that there's a new project for you utilizing uh, information or data that's going to come through around September for you. So, another podcast, maybe. You never know. Something else possible. And then Enzo, for you, you're going to be up here. You're going to be doing a lot of traveling, which I know it maybe isn't. I don't know if you'd like to travel per se, but you're going to be busy. Also, you're compiling things for yourself or for something else, or maybe you'll start your own podcast. You never know.
That's the rumor. That's what I hear.
Yeah, but you're also like, I'd rather just come on and hang out because I don't want to do all the work. And it's not that you're lazy because you're not. It's just but this is more fun because I get to come on and hang out with my friends. But I keep seeing that there's something about Montana or Wyoming for you this summer.
Interesting.
So, yeah. Also, for you, something with the sinuses. So I don't know if you're getting over a cold or you're getting you're having something with allergies. I know that's my problem. So that's all for you. And then for me, I'm going to be on a national radio show in July. That's going to be fun.
So exciting.
Very nice.
I'm trying to publish a Oracle deck this year. So I'm working on that.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
So yeah.
We're all busy.
So we're all busy. We're all happy, and I hope that all of you are busy and happy too who are watching. So good things are coming.
Yay! Well, thank you for that. And you let us
Thank you.
know when the radio show kicks in, and if you get your tarot deck going and you get it up someplace on a platform to sell, we will totally put the links for all of that on our stuff. So
Yes.
It'll be on Amazon. So yeah, I'm excited. But yes, I always love hanging out with you guys, and we're just a fun group to chill with. So thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
yay! Yeah,
Anytime.
whenever. If you just want to come on, it doesn't matter the topic or whatever. Just call us up and be like, let me come hang out for the night.
Yeah.
I want to
welcome.
come do ley line.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We will write you down for that one.
I know a lot about ley line, and I have some really good stories about disappearing things.
Awesome.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm making notes. I don't know why. I can go back and watch this too, but
Yeah. Yeah.
but you'll forget.
I know. I will.
Okay,
there we
well,
go.
we're almost out of time. Do we still want to do notebooks, or we want to let that go today?
We're 2 minutes till 9, so we're sneaking up on 2 hours.
Yeah.
How about if we just throw out 3 of them? Let's say 3. So the first three that hit the chat.
The chats.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Well, you guys know what to do.
Notebook,
Pick
1
a
through
notebook.
5.
Oh, there's one.
Three.
Okay.
Yes. Choose notebook 1 through 5 and page number 1 through 100. We've got 2 in there already.
2.
The next one's in
more.
there.
86.
Oh, there we go. We got our 3.
Okay. So Ginger's is the Haunted Showman's Rest in Mount Olivier Cemetery in Hugo, Oklahoma. If you guys don't know, that is the circus cemetery. It's the main one in the U.S.
There's a specific cemetery just for circus folk?
Yeah. It's
A
close to
section of the
Hugo.
cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to read
Really?
it. The history of it is in here, so you can
Okay.
learn about it. Hugo, Oklahoma, in Choctaw County, has served as the winter home for traditional traveling circus tent shows since the 1940s, which include the Miller families, the AIG Kelly and Miller Brothers Circus, the Carson and Barnes Kelly Miller, the Culpeper and Merriweather Circus, plus around 20 other circuses in total that call Hugo home. And Hugo itself took on the nickname Circus City, USA. Not all of those circuses are are around anymore. I think there's right now 4 circuses that are still permanently homed or wintered in Hugo. In 1960, a section of the Mount Olivier Cemetery was established as a dedicated burial place for these circus entertainers, employees, and show owners from not only Hugo, but from all parts of the country. Some of the famous circus performers and owners buried there are Zefta Loyal, Queen of the Bareback Riders, from the original Trick Horse Riders Rapinski troupe, Dr. and Kelly Miller, Aubert and Mary Rossi, who were the owners of the Kelly Miller after the original owners' deaths, Grace McFarland, famous trapeze, high flyer, and bareback rider, Bonnie Jean Warner, a famous chimp trainer for all circuses, and also rodeo cowboys Freckles Brown, Lane Frost, and Todd Watley. They've reported sounds of animals, big cats, horses, and elephant calls, strange lights at night, and also the feeling of being pulled to that area of the cemetery. Cool. It's a really cool place. Edmond, Oklahoma, outside of there, is also an area that has a lot of circuses that wintered there, and there's more haunted stories about that area too.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's a good one.
If you, especially you, Enzo, if you're interested in it, get up online and take a look at it. People post all sorts of videos and pictures. The headstones are gorgeous. There's headstones in there that look like circus tents.
Yeah.
And they have like the photos of the people that are that are buried there in their like costumes and stuff. It's really cool.
Wow.
So if you ever road trip,
Nice.
and Hugo's really close to the Oklahoma-Texas line. So yeah, if you're out and about in that direction, I want to say is it southeast? Does that sound right? Somewhere down in there.
It's towards the border, like nearly straight down from us.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, nearly.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one, this is synchronicity at play. This is my research on owls.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god.
And this is the page of the listing of all the synchronicities that was happening to me leading up to the show.
Nice.
Oh.
Good choice.
Yeah. So it says, started rereading The Messengers, which is one of the owl books I was researching with. Researching the evening of Monday, January 20th, right after The Fringe. I had done The Fringe with Mark and Pam. So I'm just going to start listing this. Purposely did not speak out loud about owls, nor did I do any online research as to not alert algorithms until the 28th. So I was kind of experimenting to see how much owls would pop up for me.
Algorithms?
Algorithms. So on the 20th of whatever month this was, at 10:25 p.m., I saw an owl sale on YouTube. On the 21st at 2:35 a.m., I had a dream of an owl in a field. At 10:31 a.m., I found a bag of owl magnets at the store. On the 22nd at 8:57 a.m., I saw a reel of an owl on Instagram. On the 23rd at 8:35 p.m., I saw a picture of a girl with owl boots on. On the 24th at 5:38 p.m., I saw an owl for a necklace that had an ad that had a owl necklace. At 5:55 p.m., I saw the owl scene from Labyrinth on TV. At 11:27 p.m., my husband said, "I'm a night owl" 3 times. He didn't know I was doing
weird.
that. Yeah. On the 25th at 8:57 a.m., I saw a video of an owl in a chicken coop. At 12:10 p.m., I saw an owl in a tree on Highway 75, and I marked that one as weird because it was in the afternoon to have an owl sitting out on a tree.
That is weird.
Yeah. On the 26th, I saw nothing of owls, and I said note. I also didn't read or research at all today. So, I don't know. On the 27th at 10:58 a.m., I saw a Owl Creek Bridge mentioned in a book that I was reading. At 1:19 p.m., I saw a weird owl creature picture on a TikTok. At 9:07 p.m., I was watching Family Guy, and it was the Owl and Costello episode that came on.
Oh my gosh.
On the 28th at 8:35 a.m., I pulled up the new Where Did the Road Go podcast, and it was on owls, Hatman, and hauntings. At 9:44 p.m., I saw an owl video pop up on YouTube. On the 29th at 7:12 a.m., I saw a short video pop up on TV on owls. And at 8:04 a.m., I saw an owl post on Facebook. So it was just me literally listing every time an owl would pop up.
Oh my gosh.
Well, you know, is it a synchronicity, or was it because it was so much on my mind, my brain was hunting for it?
Yeah.
So, you know,
I
Both,
do that.
honestly.
go.
Jumping
I'm not
out.
sure.
Yeah.
It's like every time I change cars, all of a sudden I notice other people driving the same car all the time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where I never
So
noticed
I
them
don't-
before.
That's a lot of owls, though.
That is a lot of owls. Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting the last one pulled up.
Christy, we'll have to do one on. I know we talked something about one of the shows coming up, Faye related too. We'll have to get you on for that one.
Yes, I'd love to come on for that because I've got a bit of experience. Sorry, I'm hip popping. I'm getting old.
It beats the alternative.
No joke. No joke.
Okay, so the last one here is on we were talking about giants in North America. This is a section on the Cherokee myths. This one is on the giant with the slanted eyes. So it was called the Julakalu. It's a tale from the supposed original oldest tribe of Cherokee that a band of giants came to visit. They were nearly twice as tall as a common man, and their eyes were slanted. They called them the Julakalu, or the slant-eyed people. The giants told them they lived very far away in the direction the sun goes down. They stayed with the Cherokee for a time and then headed home to the west. And then I have a little tale, the slant-eyed giant. Tale of the giant marrying a girl and taking her away to his home in the mountain with the other giants. This one also had slanted eyes. The story tells that the girl's mother was introduced to the giant, that he was lying doubled up on the floor with his head against the rafters in the left-hand corner at the back, and his toes scraping the roof in the right-hand corner by the door. So it was trying to describe how large this man was. And then it goes on with but tons more of, like, Stoneclad, the giant handprints, the Iroquois giants, the Choctaw giants, the Comanche giants. Needless to say, nearly every Indian tribe has a giant in their legends. So,
We do.
Yeah.
Pretty
All
much.
right.
Nice.
I'm sorry we couldn't get to everybody tonight, but we did kind of run out of time. That's why we took the top 3. But be sure to join us in a couple of weeks, and we will have a full game of the Notebook game going on. It's everybody's favorite for sure. So, good stuff.
All right. Okay, everybody stick around for like 2 more minutes and let me do my little lead out or whatever. Really quick, thank you to our special guest, to Christy Campbell, our favorite psychic medium. We so appreciate having you here. And you need to come on more often. She has been so busy. We haven't seen her at all since Paracon. So she definitely needs to like pop in once in a while.
We will.
Yay! Thank you to Enzo and Mark for coming back on. Although I don't know why we're thanking them anymore. They should just show up when we tell them to. It's their jobs, right? I don't think they mind. I don't think they mind.
Name, I am summoned. I will appear.
Yeah, but we're excited about season 3. Thank you so much, guys, for sticking it out with us for this long, and we hope we have many more shows ahead of us. Excuse me, I can't talk. Of course, catch us in another 2 weeks on February 11th, Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Central. We're going to talk about the weird year of 2012 and all that entails. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, that was strange.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, give us that like, share, thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell, and all that fun jazz. Keep it weird, keep it strange, and remember, it's all connected. Good night.
Good night, everybody.